So, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. This is the latest in the Jim H. Shaw podcast. Before we get started, we'd like to thank Professor Jordan and the students at Carleton North High School for looking at Jim's book, The Kirk, and reading it in class. Jim, you want to talk a little bit about that?
Well, yeah, Mr. Jordan. I was working one night and I had this overwhelming feeling because him and I we've talked about my books and other things, and I decided just on a whim that maybe I'll just and I gifted him all three. I gifted him the first two Secrets of the Damned, and I gifted him A Father's Legacy. Just because. So the next day, I'm working downstairs and I'm in the locker area. And this student approaches me real timid, like kind of like I'm a big grizzly bear. He don't know if he wants to poke me or not. He goes, "Are you Jim Shaw?" And I looked at him and I said, "Well, it was the last time I checked." And he said, "I read your book." I said, "My book?" He said, "It's awesome." And I said, "Well, how do you know about my writing?" He says, "Well, Mr. Jordan's reading it to us in class." And I thought, and I looked at him and I said, at the same time, I'm thinking, this is pretty cool. And I looked at him and said, well, that tickles me pink. I said, thank you very much for the compliment. And I said, you be sure to thank Mr. Jordan for me as well. And about an hour later, Mr. Jordan finds me and he thanks me for the books. And he says, I hope you don't mind. He said, but I'm going to shout it at the top of my, shout it out loud to everybody. Spread the news. I said, you go right ahead. I'm all for that. And that's kind of the story there. And this is the second time. This is actually the second time that
The other one was St. Stephen, you said.
yes, that I've had a novel that's been read in class. The first time around was the Vandenberg House, and it was in St. Stephen, and I don't know when it was. It had to have been early 2000s. Anyway, they were doing both my novel up against whatever Harry Potter novel was out at the time. And at the end of the segments of reading them both, the the kids voted on which novel they liked better. And they voted for my novel, which kind of blew me away. I thought, holy lifting, because I love J.K. Rowling. I think she's awesome. But I also love my own writing, so I think it's awesome too. So what a quandary for me to be in.
So that's a short podcast we're doing on the book. We tried recording initially, but with our new mic here, we had a little bit of audio problem. Sorry for that, Jim. So we're going to split the podcast. Next podcast here, we'll be talking about the Seven Son series, including the first book in the series, The Father's Legacy. Thank you. Have a great day. Bye.